I'm Noftsinger with Denison Yachting, and today I get to bring you on board Motor Yacht M2. She's an awesome tri-deck Benetti 120 that was built and delivered in 2008. She's one of 20. I love some of the optional arrangements that she has. She's got 5 staterooms, she's got a garage, a huge outdoor upper deck. Everything about this boat is fantastic, especially considering it's a tri-deck in the 120 range. It's tough to put everything that these guys did into a boat this size, and they crushed it. Let's check her out. Welcome on board M2. This aft deck is going to be our first stop, and it's going to set the precedent for how the rest of this tour goes. Huge spaces throughout the entire boat. This is one of 20 of these Benettis that were built. It's an awesome layout. We start here, we've got our molded in U-shaped seating, nice little coffee table. So this is more used than anything to kick back, relax, greet guests. This is often where everything happens when you first step on board the yacht. A couple of features to point out. Over here on both port and starboard, we've got windlasses to assist with docking. We've got a huge gate, so nice protection, safety, all that good stuff. And just a well thought out aft deck for any yacht. Our first stop inside Motor Yacht M2. I love Benetti's use of space here on this deck. Nice size windows for a 2008 yacht. It did see a refit. It's got new floors, it's got LED lighting, new sconces. You'll see various elements where they kept the classical look and meshed it with a more modern feel, and I think they hit a home run. This is your first impression when guests step on board, and what an impression it makes. On M2, you're gonna see here 2 optional features, one of which is this bar, and I love having this to service the entire space. You've got an ice maker, you've got a refrigerator, great spot for a stew or whoever to service the entire area. This bar space is made possible by the reduction of the staircase here. I really like what they did. Not only does it give you that, it makes this somewhat of a showpiece. Very cool to have your stairs set up like this. It also, I think more importantly, gives you unbroken line of sight and access throughout the entire salon. So this doesn't have to be the formal dining behind me. You could carry the salon to just be this entire level depending on how you operate. Moving forward, we've got our formal dining area. This yacht outside of the staircase really epitomizes a traditional layout of a tri-deck motor yacht that you'd see on a 140, 150, 160. They did a great job of bringing that into this platform. We've got a huge amount of space for serving. That's always a big must. Great access directly from the galley, and all your guests on board can sit comfortably. That's always important. Often we get on boats and there's not the right number of chairs for guests on board, which would be frustrating. It's well thought out, and we've got loose furniture so you can make it yours. Moving forward, we head towards the on-deck master. We go through this companionway with a couple of things to highlight. We've got some storage here. We've got our stairs that take us up to the Sky Lounge and the Pilothouse, and we continue forward past the day head here on the starboard side and into this on deck. It's a huge on deck. Let's check her out. When we first come in, you've got your main closet space. Over here on the port side, we've got our hanging lockers, and on the starboard, a vanity with tons of drawers. Moving up a couple of stairs, we've got some additional storage here on the starboard side. We've got a huge king-size berth sitting right in the center that's facing forward towards this Samsung TV. This is a killer room to wake up to wherever it is. It's a great setup too. This is an optional configuration where the head is located forward, and it gives you a couple of things. You get a bigger galley, and when you see the head, monstrous head. Back behind me, additional closet space here. More freestanding furniture, again, to do with the space as you wish. They chose to make this a place where you can kick back, kind of relax, get some work done. Over on the starboard side, we've got additional drawer space, so tons and tons of storage on this boat. That's a common theme in every room. And then behind me, we've got the entrance into the on-deck head, which is mind-blowing. Let's go. So huge, huge master head. This is a legit bathroom. Huge tub, You thought you'd probably miss not having these windows when you saw that configuration, but this is killer. It's double the size what you get in the other optional configuration. And again, you'll see the galley in a second, but this is awesome. His and hers sinks, super big shower stall, awesome views. It's relatively private up here too. There's no real reason for anyone to come up to the bow of the boat. So I think this is killer, like a huge selling point on board this boat. We're gonna roll aft from the master stateroom to the guest staterooms down that staircase that's kind of the centerpiece of this salon. Let's check out those 4 accommodations next. This is the first of the 4 guest staterooms on board M2. We've got our side-by-side berths here. We've got a nightstand separating the 2. Nice amount of space, some storage underneath with drawers, closet for hanging locker space, and of course a TV. We've got a private ensuite all the way aft. Across, we've got a mirror image stateroom. And then forward, we've got 2 mirror images that are a queen configuration facing aft. These are pretty solid staterooms. All your guests, charter guests or otherwise, if they're your guest or you, awesome amount of space for everything that you need to call this home while you're away on vacation, enjoying and having the time of your life. Both these staterooms have an abundance of storage, and they've got really impressive en-suites, as well as Samsung TVs, so everybody is happy no matter what the weather's doing. We work forward into the galley. We talked about the optional configuration that this boat carries and how it gives you a huge galley. Well, when you get in it, you're gonna see it. Immediately, you've got a prep top here, tons of freezer space, carrying out naturally, nice place for a chef to actually work and feel like they have room. Got your sink basin here. You got a Gaggenau oven behind me, a 4-burner stove. Really well laid out for prep work and the area that it's designed to be. And essentially on the other option, this space doesn't really exist. So the crew mess gets put here as the de facto crew area to hang out, but that does give them a much larger space while they're on board. Got your TV, place to sit back, have a coffee, have your breakfast, have your whatever, and then that takes us straight down over here to the crew quarters themselves. We come down to the crew space where all the crew berths are. Yachts like this tend to like to start to charter, and to truly do a week-long charter, you have to have proper guest to crew ratio, and a lot of yachts simply just don't do it. This one does it really well. You've got room for up to 7 crew. There's 4 staterooms. They're very large. They've got their own en-suites. Really a nice setup. And as we continue back, you come towards the laundry room on board the boat. Got 2 of each. That's pretty much mandatory, again, for charter. So from a charter platform, this boat does extremely well. We'll touch base on more of that later, but fantastic crew, and that is the most underrated space on board any yacht, particularly if you plan on chartering. So coming up from that more formal lower area, you come into what you're going to utilize most on board this yacht when it comes to staying inside. The Sky Lounge is fantastic, and this is huge. This space is really special. It's a little bit elevated, so you've got some more privacy. You've got freestanding furniture again, so you can make this into as you wish. You could put card tables in here, you could put another dining table in here. The space doesn't go unnoticed with how large it is for a yacht this size. Also, even more considering a lot of yachts that this competes with are lacking in that department. A nice pop-up TV over there. Some modern decor too. The boat shows really well. We're gonna move forward towards the Pilothouse. Take note of the bar as we do so. It's a huge bar, great for servicing the space. You've got everything that a stew would need, refrigeration, ice maker, dumbwaiter, wet bar, all that stuff. Fantastic bar. And again, a lot of boats that have a tri-deck in this size range don't have a configuration where it allows for a bar, let alone one that's beyond adequate. Over here on the starboard, got an on-deck day head, huge day head, again, something that's really sought after in this size range. And then all the way forward, this door that takes us into the Pilothouse, which we're gonna check out next. We headed forward of the Sky Lounge and into really the brains of this operation. We've got our helm, primary driving station, pretty much the sole driving station with the exception of wing stations on either side, which come in handy for docking. Got updated electronics sitting right here. Everything's easy to get to for the captain. There's tons of displays. You've got these pop-ups on either side that show some engine data. We've got our wheel obviously sitting right here, center line. Furuno, Navnet 3Ds. More engine displays here. Those are actually updated. The boat just got out of the yard. It has a fresh bottom job with soda blasted down to raw glass. That's a big job. That's done. The stabilizers were serviced a couple of years back. Again, this is a very comfortable area, easy to navigate from, and just behind it, we've got a great spot for you to check out the action, the captain to rest while we're underway. From here, we're gonna pop out and check out this foredeck. Moving forward out of the Pilothouse, we've got a nice Portuguese bridge. There's storage underneath. This is a fantastic feature. We'll also note all these windows that are forward facing are brand new as of 2019, 2020. Got sun pads flanking us to either side. Nice access down to the working deck where you've got a bosun locker and your winches as well as all your ground tackle. You've got the teak continued here, a nice space for lines. This is what this boat's designed for, to be a working deck. So having it clean and free of guests is pretty paramount, and it's got everything easy to get to. Huge feature to find. We come out of the Sky Lounge and onto the wow factor of this boat. Benetti crushed it with exterior spaces, and this proves it 100%, and you'll see that continued as we move up. Starting back here, we've got a really great space protected by this extended awning, excellent lighting, and again, a freestanding theme that you'll see throughout the boat, interior and exterior. I love that because you can make the boat yours. We've got the teak decks underfoot. They're in great shape. Moving forward, we've got a little bit more of an intimate setting when it comes to hanging out on board. Molded seating, nice U shape. Another great place to kick back though and utilize this space to the max. We've got the stairs that take us up to the flybridge, and then probably the focal point are outdoor dining where pretty much all of your meals, weather being good, will happen here. And I think I've talked about it a few times in videos, but my biggest two things I look for are the serviceability of this space and can the stew maneuver around to get to people adequately, and does it have adequate serviceability and storage? Well, we've got that over here. We've got an ice maker and some storage locker space, a place to prep, and then above that, a TV. So for the whole space, whatever you're utilizing it for, it's an awesome area and probably the nicest layout that you'll find in a yacht of this category and this vintage. So we leave a huge upper aft deck to a monstrous Sundeck. And that's namely thanks to what's happening back here behind me. There's no davit, so no tenders and toys eating up tons of space, crowding the area. You've got a nice flow, just wide open. Whatever you want to do, we can do. They've actually also used this space not only for lounging, but a movie theater. There's a screen that will go up here and a projector, so it's an awesome venue to chill back there behind the hot tub, which we'll get to. Awesome spot to watch anything. As we move forward, we've got 4 life rafts, 2 flanking the port and starboard, some more freestanding furniture that's got great protection thanks to this top above. This is probably one of the things I like most on board the boat, is that you can customize your seating configuration and make the boat truly yours for your needs and how you use it. As we move forward, we've got refrigeration and grill space, both to port and starboard. And then, of course, the centerpiece is the hot tub, which is definitely the wow factor. It's a good size hot tub. Everything's been redone, relined, works great. You've got the sun pad just in front of that. It's an excellent spot to kind of chill inside, outside of your hardtop. This flybridge really has everything that I would look for if I were to go on a charter or purchase a yacht. It's a fantastic layout. Rounding out this area overhead, we've got this top. This radar arch supports all the audio visual with SAT TVs. It's also got the radar and all the important lighting we need to be running at night or whenever. So we came out here and we made it all the way to the stern, and we're gonna show you what's going on here with our platform. We've got all of our toys in a garage. It's one of the more useful and rare factors on board this yacht. All the stuff goes here, opens up that entire upper deck. Great amount of storage. There's 2 jet skis, there's a tender, there's surfboards, there's a deep freeze, there's all kinds of stuff going on back there. Awesome to have it at waterline, easy to get it in and out, and also provides a really cool venue when you're anchored out. We just came in from the beach club in the garage through a corridor on that port side. That's where you've got your monitoring systems, you've got your shore power converters, and that brings us in here to a huge engine room. And this bad girl carries 10,000 gallons of fuel. So we've got a 3,300 nautical mile range thanks to these CAT C32s. We're doing that at about 11 to 12 knots. She'll top out at 16, and if you want a high cruise speed, she's capable of 15 knots, which is pretty impressive for a yacht like this. Rounding out the area, we've got 2 99 kW generators. Everything's up to date and serviced. We've got 0 speed stabilization, so awesome if you're on the hook or underway. They work fantastic. We've also got water makers and everything that this boat needs to be a home while out in the world exploring. So that's Motor Yacht M2. This Benetti is 120 feet. She's a tri-deck. She's sitting in Sunrise Harbor, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. If you'd like to check her out or any one of my listings, please contact me or my wife, Carrie. We'd be happy to answer any questions you have and get you on board Motor Yacht M2.